She bought a vacation rental in Florida for $600,000, made $90,000 in the first summer, and lost $120,000 by the end of the year, because the 3 months of profit got eaten alive by 9 months of expenses that nobody told her about, and now she cannot afford to keep it or sell it. Sarah Mitchell thought she had found the perfect investment, a 3-bedroom beach house in Destin, Florida, white sand beaches, emerald water, and tourists who would pay premium rates to stay there. She sold her rental property in Ohio, cashed out her retirement savings, and put down $120,000. The mortgage was $4,000 per month, but the real estate agent showed her the numbers. During peak season from June through August, she could charge $400 per night. That was $12,000 per month. Even at 70% occupancy, she would make over $8,000 per month. Subtract the mortgage, and she would still have $4,000 in pure profit every single month. It was the passive income dream that every real estate guru on YouTube promised. The first summer was everything she hoped for. The bookings came flooding in. Families from Atlanta, couples from Nashville, spring breakers from Tennessee. The house stayed fully booked from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Sarah made $90,000 in gross revenue during those 3 months. After the mortgage payments, she had cleared $48,000 in profit. She posted photos on Instagram. She told her friends she had made the best financial decision of her life. Then September arrived. The booking stopped completely. The calendar went from fully booked to completely empty overnight. Sarah was not worried at first. She figured a few bookings would trickle in. Maybe some retirees looking for off-season deals. But the inquiries never came. October passed with 0 bookings. November was the same. December brought 1 booking for 4 nights. That was it. By January, Sarah was panicking. The mortgage was still $4,000 per month. The property tax bill arrived, $6,000. The insurance renewal came next, $4,800 per year. The homeowner association fees were $300 per month. The utilities could not be shut off because the pipes would freeze. That was another $200 per month for electricity, water, and gas, even with nobody staying there. Sarah did the math and felt sick. From September through May, 9 months of the year, she had essentially 0 income. But her expenses did not stop. $4,000 for mortgage, $300 for homeowners association, $200 for utilities. That was $4,500 per month in fixed costs. Times 9 months equaled $40,500, plus the annual property tax of $6,000 and insurance of $4,800. Her total off-season expenses were $51,300, but she had only made $48,000 in profit during the summer. She was losing $3,300 per year, even before accounting for maintenance and repairs, and the maintenance costs were devastating. In October, the air conditioning unit died. Replacement cost was $7,000. She had to pay it immediately because she needed the house ready for potential bookings. In November, a pipe burst during a cold snap. Water damage to the floors and drywall. $9,000 to repair. In December, the roof started leaking. The roofer said the whole thing needed replacement within 2 years. Estimated cost was $25,000. Sarah was bleeding money, and there was nothing she could do about it. Then the guest problem started. The December booking seemed like a blessing at first. A family from Canada wanted to rent the house for Christmas week. They paid $1,600 for 4 nights. Sarah was relieved to finally have some income. But when the cleaning crew arrived after checkout, they found disaster. The kitchen was destroyed, grease all over the stove and counters, red wine stained into the white carpet in the living room, cigarette burns on the furniture, even though the listing explicitly said no smoking. The guests had also somehow broken the glass top on the stove. Replacement parts and cleaning costs totaled $3,200. The $1,600 in rent did not even cover half the damage. Sarah tried to charge the guests for the damage through the Airbnb Resolution Center. The guests denied everything. They said the damage was already there when they arrived. They left her a 1-star review claiming the house was dirty and poorly maintained. Airbnb sided with the guests and refused to charge them for the damage. Now Sarah had a 1-star review permanently on her listing. $3,000 in repair costs, and zero recourse. She learned a brutal lesson that day. The platforms protect guests, not hosts. Property damage is considered the cost of doing business, and one bad review can tank your booking rates for months. The one-star review had an immediate impact. Her winter bookings, which were already nearly non-existent, completely disappeared. Nobody wants to book a property with a one-star review. Even though she had dozens of five-star reviews from the summer, the algorithm punished her. Her listing dropped in search rankings. Potential guests saw the one-star review and moved on to competitors. Sarah spent hours crafting the perfect response to the review, explaining what really happened. It did not matter. The damage was done. February brought another nightmare. A couple booked the house for Valentine's Day weekend. They seemed nice in their messages. Professional photos, verified identification, positive reviews from other hosts. Sarah approved the booking immediately. She needed the money. But at 2 a.m. on Valentine's Day, she got a call from the police. The guests had thrown a massive party. Over 50 people. Neighbors called in noise complaints. The police found underage drinking, drug paraphernalia, and complete chaos. The house was trashed. Broken furniture, holes punched in walls, vomit in the bathrooms. The police asked Sarah if she wanted to press charges. She said yes. But the guests had used fake names on their identification. They disappeared and were never found. The repair costs exceeded $12,000. Her insurance deductible was $5,000. She was out $17,000 total from one weekend. After the party incident, Sarah hired a property management company. She could not handle the stress anymore. The management company charged 30% of all booking revenue plus a $100 fee for every turnover. They also required her to upgrade the furniture, linens, and kitchen equipment to meet their standards. That was another $8,000. Sarah agreed to everything. She just wanted someone else to deal with the problems. But the management company was not a magic solution. They did not fill her calendar. They did not prevent bad guests. They just took 30% of her money and forwarded her the bills when things went wrong. By April, Sarah was desperate. She had burned through her entire emergency fund. She had maxed out 2 credit cards. She was considering taking a loan against her retirement account just to cover the mortgage payments. She listed the property for sale. The market had shifted. Interest rates had gone up. Vacation rental buyers were scared off by new regulations. Her realtor said the house might sell for $540,000, maybe $550,000 if they got lucky. Sarah owed $480,000 on the mortgage. After realtor commissions and closing costs, she would walk away with maybe $30,000. She had put $120,000 down. She had lost $90,000 in 1 year of ownership. Not counting the emotional stress, the sleepless nights, the destroyed credit cards, and the realization that she had gambled her retirement savings on a dream that turned into a nightmare. The worst part was not the money. It was the realization that everyone lied to her. The real estate agent who sold her the property knew about the seasonality. They just did not mention it. The YouTube gurus who preached vacation rental riches never talked about the 9 months of negative cash flow. Everyone showed her the best case scenario. Nobody showed her the reality. Sarah had worked for 23 years as a nurse. She had saved diligently. She had done everything right. And in 12 months, one bad investment decision had wiped out a decade of savings. She was 52 years old with bad credit, no emergency fund, and a property she could not afford to keep, but could not afford to sell. The passive income dream had become a financial prison, and there was no way out except to accept the loss and start over. This is not a rare story. This is happening to thousands of vacation rental owners across America right now, in tourist destinations from Florida to Colorado to California. Owners are discovering the same brutal truth. The 3 months of summer profit do not cover the 9 months of off-season losses. The guest damage and bad reviews destroy your income potential. The platforms take massive cuts and offer zero protection. The maintenance costs never stop. The seasonality never changes. And by the time you realize you made a mistake, You are already trapped with a property you cannot sell and bills you cannot pay. Let us break down the real numbers that the vacation rental industry does not want you to see. Sarah's property in Destin had 85% seasonality concentration. That means 85% of her annual revenue came from 3 months of the year. This is standard across most beach destinations. 3 months of income, 12 months of expenses. The math simply does not work unless you charge astronomical rates during peak season. When Sarah bought her property in early 2023, there were 400 vacation rentals listed in Destin. By 2024, there were over 900. The supply more than doubled in 1 year. Prices drop. Occupancy rates fall. Sarah started the summer charging $400 per night. By August, she was down to $280 just to compete. Her revenue projections were built on rates that no longer existed. The platform fees are another hidden destroyer of profit. Airbnb takes 3% from hosts and up to 14% from guests. That guest fee affects your bookings because guests see the total price, including fees. When Sarah charged $400 per night, the guest actually paid $456 after fees. That pushed her out of the price range that most families could afford, so she had to lower her rates to compete, which meant even less revenue for her. VRBO charges 8% from hosts directly. HomeAway takes between 5 and 10%, depending on your subscription level. Every platform takes their cut before you see a single dollar. And there is nothing you can do about it because you need those platforms to get bookings. The cleaning costs are brutally underestimated by new owners. Sarah initially budgeted $150 per turnover. That seemed reasonable based on what other hosts were charging. But the reality was much worse. Deep cleaning a 3-bedroom beach house properly takes 4 hours minimum. The cleaners charge $40 per hour. That is $160 just for labor. Add in supplies, laundry for all the linens and towels, and replacing anything that guests stole or damaged. The real cost per turnover averaged $220. Sarah had 47 turnovers during her peak season. That is $10,340 in cleaning costs alone. Nobody told her that those cleaning fees she charged guests did not even cover the actual cleaning costs. The furniture and appliance replacement cycle is another trap. Vacation rental furniture takes a beating that normal residential furniture never experiences. Different guests every week means constant wear and tear. Sarah replaced her living room couch twice in 1 year. $800 each time. The dining room chairs broke. The bed sagged. The television got damaged. The coffee maker died. The toaster stopped working. Every appliance in the house had to be replaced within 12 months because they were used by different people who did not care about maintaining them. Sarah spent over $6,000 on furniture and appliance replacements in year 1. The real estate agent told her furniture would last 5 years. It lasted less than 1. The insurance situation is getting worse every year. When Sarah bought the property, her annual insurance premium was $4,800. After Sarah filed her claim for the party damage, her premium renewal came back at $7,200, a 50% increase in 1 year. Insurance alone was eating over $600 per month of her budget. The regulation landscape is turning against vacation rentals. Cities and counties across America are cracking down. San Diego banned all new short-term rental permits in residential areas. Nashville implemented minimum distance requirements. New Orleans cut the number of permitted rentals by 70%. The trend is clear. Local governments are making it harder to operate vacation rentals. Sarah's property in Destin was grandfathered in under current rules. But if regulations change and she loses her permit, the property value would drop by 40% overnight. The opportunity cost is the final hidden killer. Sarah invested $120,000 as a down payment. If she had put that money into an S&P 500 index fund in early 2023, it would be worth approximately $160,000 right now. Instead, she lost $90,000. The difference between those two outcomes is $250,000 in total opportunity cost. That is $250,000 she will never get back. The vacation rental industry sells a fantasy. They show you the Instagram photos of paradise. They show you the rental income projections during peak season. They show you the Airbnb superhost success stories. What they do not show you is the 9 months of bleeding money while your property sits empty. They do not show you the 3 a.m. phone calls about emergencies. They do not show you the guests who destroy your property and leave you with 1-star reviews. The owners who succeeded in vacation rentals bought properties 10 years ago when competition was low and rates were high. They built equity during the boom years. But if you are buying now in 2024 or 2025, you are buying at the worst time. The market is oversaturated. The regulations are tightening. The insurance costs are exploding. You are not investing in passive income. You are buying a second job that loses money 9 months per year. Sarah Mitchell is now 52 years old, working overtime shifts as a nurse to pay off the credit card debt from her vacation rental disaster. She sold the property at a loss. She lost $90,000. She destroyed her credit. She depleted her retirement savings. This story repeats itself every single day across America. Smart people, hardworking people, people who saved for decades, they all believe the same lie, that vacation rentals are passive income, that real estate always goes up, that location guarantees success. But the game has changed, the market is oversaturated, the regulations are tightening, the insurance costs are exploding. And by the time most people figure this out, they have already lost everything. The question is not whether you will face these problems. The question is whether you will see them coming before it is too late. If this video opened your eyes to the reality that nobody talks about, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to this channel because we are going to keep exposing the truth that the real estate industry does not want you to know. Drop a comment below and tell me your own vacation rental horror story or what investment trap you almost fell into. Share this video with anyone you know who is thinking about buying a vacation rental. You might just save them from financial disaster. New videos every week breaking down the investments that destroy wealth instead of building it. See you in the next one.